Hello everyone, today's construction day 197.
197 is the end of another work week. We're coming from our favorite spot. I'll tell you, we got to be careful sitting here in the morning because the sun is, right in our face for the first few hours of the day. And I noticed Wilma and I have been getting a little cherry red at night. I mean, my forehead was burning up last night for sure. So I haven't been using sunblock, and that's not smart since I moved up here. You guys know I've been religious using sunblock during the whole build. Every day I would have it on my face, my arms, my legs. But since I moved here, I haven't been doing it because I can, get out of the sun whenever I want. Get under this 2-meter overhang, get in the house. But the morning sun is basically that way right into us, and we're sitting here enjoying our coffee for the first 30 minutes 45 minutes of the day, and it's catching up with us.
Yeah, so we need to find a shade.
Yeah, we got to find some shade or just start using sunblock again. So end of another work week. So many little jobs are going on. I think you guys are noticing that we're looking for projects now. The contractor has the plan. The guys know exactly what to do. Within a week or two, they'll be off site. I think he's leaving one guy back here for as long as it takes to knock out the punch list. And there's not much on the punch list, but he wants me to create one, and he just wants to go through and make sure that everything's to our satisfaction. So now we're really starting to talk about Wilma's garden. So we took a little tour today, looking at different things and starting to get some ideas. Wilma has some sketches. So we're going to start layering in next week some of our plans for the garden area. Some of the dwarf trees, flowers, plants. Long-time viewers will know that we have, I don't know, what, about 15 potted plants already up in Janelle's house?
No, we had 20.
20?
It was the first one was 10 and 10, so we had 20.
Okay. So we already have 20 potted plants of various types of plants that Janelle's wife has been taking care of for us. Various types, and just letting them grow up there. So we already got a good start. But now stay tuned, guys. I think you're really going to like what we're putting together. So let's get to today's updates. It was a real nice clear morning, but it's now mid-morning and it's starting to cloud up. Said about 40% chance of showers today on Saturday, the end of the work week. So the guys, I got 2 guys in here cleaning the pool, and I can smell the Clorox. So they're doing one last cleaning, like I said. They're just going through and just getting any of the dust from all the construction that we've been doing, moving around. It put a lot of dust. You can see we got a little rain shower last night. It hasn't rained here in like 8 or 9 days, but we had a quick shower last night. So there's water here. So they got the sump pump. So they're going to pump that water out, and then some leaves. So it must have been windy from this direction because we got some leaves in the pool. So they're going to go ahead. You can see the white. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but you can see the white dust. So they're going through with water and Clorox and doing just one more cleaning. I'm sure it'll just take a few hours, and then we're going to start putting water in the pool here Saturday afternoon. Janelle's going to bring down his line. We're going to have 2 lines running. As you guys know, there's no construction here on Sunday, so it's just going to sit and run continuous over the weekend. Now we have a bypass for the water utility area here. We have a bypass, so we will not be using our water tank or pressure tank or water pump at all. We have a bypass feature. So actually this line here, which is feeding the guys their water, is part of that bypass. It's before all our utilities, so we're not going to be using our well pump or pressure tank for any of the water. It's just going to be just pure pressure from the municipal. But as you guys know, it's not a lot of pressure. That's why we have such a big storage tank. But very glad to see them get this cleaned up, and it will be exciting to see the water go in. We'll film that, and then how many days do you think it's going to take to fill? Comment. I said 7 to 10, and I didn't do any math at all. I just think it's going to take 7 to 10. I've heard a few people say as low as 2. I don't know about that because we don't have a lot of water pressure. But comment how many days you think. It's 4 foot, 6 foot, 5 meters, 10 meters. I guess if you did the math of how many gallons and then guess how many gallons per minute, you could back into it. I didn't take the time to do that, but I'm curious what you guys think. So here on Saturday, and Wilma and I started this yesterday, we cleaned the screens. We got 2 screens on, and the other 2 will go on this afternoon. You know, they're inside. But Wilma and I took the time and really cleaned these screens like 5 times. They're about as clean as they're going to get. And now Janelle's going through doing the glass one more time. Remember, we did this not too long ago. But with touch-ups and painting this area here, the utility room, the paint just sprays. So there was paint on the glass. So this is done. Looks really nice, and he's going this way. So Janelle is getting all the glass looking real good here on Saturday. The screens will be in this afternoon. I talked to Rudy, one of the foremans, and he said that, yeah, before he leaves today, he'll pop in the other 2 screens. So making progress there. No more cement, you guys know. We're letting everything cure. This can be walked on now. All the lights are in and operational for the dirty kitchen as well as the carport. Look how nice this looks. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but Gino's doing a real nice job. He's going through, he's got sandpaper, he's got his scraper, he's taken any of the cement that got on these purlins, and he's doing a real nice coat of paint, making them look real nice. Gamai, I think it looks like he's on number 3 of the panels. 1 is already down on site. These aren't painted yet, so you can see how he's putting it together. He cuts the steel, welds everything together, and then he'll go ahead and prime it here. Coat of primer, and he's got to make 7 of these panels. And then they'll get painted black, I understand, once they're installed. So Gamai is welding away. Ramil is working on sanding down all the cement that got on the dirty kitchen. So he's just going through and taking all of it down. It makes it rough because when they pour this, it's splattered up. So they're going through and trying to get it smooth, get it ready for paint. And then you can see the lights are up now here in the dirty kitchen. Very nice. They're regular bulbs, but they're LED bulbs. And it's real bright in here, especially with the white walls. And once it gets painted, it'll even be better. Real bright back here for any cooking that's going to be going on at night. But this guy is another perfectionist, Ricky. New to the site, been here maybe 4 or 5 work days now. So Ricky's a real perfectionist. All these are all 1 meter apart, and he really did a nice job. Look how perfect it looks. Just so smooth, really nice. And this is this is just a dirty kitchen. Now this is going to be epoxied as well. I'm assuming I'll epoxy this the same color as the floor. And remember, there's going to be granite tops that we need to pick up tomorrow. So Sunday's our shopping day. We've got to pick up the granite, we've got to pick up the sink and the faucet and the trap and all that. And they can get going on that next week, get it all installed. So you can see that he's really making things really level. He's been using a lot of nylon, making sure that every single one is of the exact same height. So a real perfectionist. Appreciate it, definitely appreciate it very much. I don't know if I showed you guys, but the refrigerator and the stove was grounded. So you can see the green wire there. So it's a separate wire coming out of the back of the stove and out of the back of the refrigerator. And the lines come through where the propane comes through. Same line, and then they buried the wire down in. I may have had that on a video, but I just don't remember. But the stove and refrigerator was grounded down in there, down 60 cm into the earth. And then for the grounding of the house, I have to go in the back and show you, but there's one of those copper rods just at the end of the carport, and it's buried, 4 feet into the ground. And then there's a ground wire that comes from the panel, goes out and down and grounds the panel. So I don't know if I mentioned that as well. So I'm gonna have to get back there someday and show you the back of the area, the back of this wall. Janelle did some nice cleanup back there. The drain, talk about the drain, it's working perfect. It's dropping right where it needs to be. The water's running right. It's the right width. Very happy about that. So we don't have no worries there. And when it rains, you would think with this, it's about 3-inch, 4-inch opening to allow any cooking smoke to go out. You would think water would come in here. Not at all. Not a drop. And we've had some pretty heavy rainstorms, but I think we did a nice job with the way we handled the fascia back there. You guys probably saw the video. Janelle and I did that. And no water is coming in here at all. And I think putting the Sahara here on the other side of the wall as a waterproofer is really good. So we're not seeing any moisture come in here. I was worried about that because this is underground. Ground level is about here, about 3 foot up. So this is all underground, and you would think we'd get some seepage, but with that drain going out 24 inches, all full of Sahara, and then the rendering on the bottom of the wall here with the Sahara in it, it's keeping everything dry. That was a worry of mine, that we were going to have mold growing here, just because, like I said, the ground level is about 3 foot up from the dirty kitchen floor. So very happy about that. So things are definitely starting to wind down here with construction in the house. Saturday afternoon, it's end of another work week. And how do you think this week went?
Yes, a lot of things got done this week.
Yeah, you're right, a lot.
Check off the list.
Yeah, a lot of things checked off the list, and you know, now we're doing final touches.
Yes.
You know, and the good news is we're starting to look for projects because the list is getting smaller and smaller. So the guys here did get the pool cleaned up today. Look at it. Look how nice it looks. So we're getting ready to put water in it. So we're going to get that on camera. So they're doing the last final touches. They got about an hour left in the day. And they went around and cleaned everything. And they used Clorox and Tide. So it was a lot of suds down here not too long ago. But they got it all bailed out, all wiped down, and it looks absolutely fantastic. They even cleaned, they took off the water feature, the 2 brass sprayers, they took them off, wiped everything down, so clean, put everything back. So we'll go ahead and film turning on the water here shortly, and Wilma will be doing the honors. But we'll go for a walk again like we did yesterday. Today Wilma's going to join us. So the guys did get the forms off. So now all the columns are poured. So they're working on that. A little more work over here today, Janelle. And also we cleaned the windows. All the windows in the house, even the ones on the side, all been cleaned. The screens has been cleaned. And you can see now the screens are in. So now what we did, remember the opening is 110 inches. It's a big opening. So we got the glass open and the screen shut and allowing the nice breeze to go in. So that's nice. So since there's no more painting going on here, thank God, no more grinding or dust up here. So we figured we'll put all the screens in. So next week they're going to be painting the black line to separate the beams, and a little black line right there. So that still needs to be done. And the contractor said, hey, make a list of all the little knick-knack things. And there's a small list, not much at all. But we're going to go ahead and do that this weekend. We'll just give it to him. And then he said once all the big stuff is done, he'll leave one guy here just to knock out, call it the punch list. But things have been going so good the last few weeks. There's really not much of a punch list left.
No.
Very little.
Just a few.
Just a few
inside.
Few little
And
things.
mostly outside.
Yeah. So not bad. So we'll go ahead and go down. Oh, I didn't show you the rocks. Remember, we still had to do about 25% of the pool. So we got the stone across. We pulled back some of the dirt. There was a little bit of concrete in here. We got that out. Still got to work on the steps a little bit. But got this sloping nice to go this way. And now he's starting to layer in some rock here as well as there. So the cement is going to be from that corner, and it's going to come out on an angle like this. A little bit of a semicircle to meet up with the 3 meters. So that needs to be done. And like I said, we're holding off. So we'll take a walk down. Be nice when we get this driveway in, because the fear is slipping. I mean, this is pretty steep. It's hard to see it on camera, but those of you subscribers that have visited, you all say, hey, it's steeper than I thought. You can see Janelle pull back all the stone, so we're ready for paint. I believe it starts Monday, so now they can paint away, and then Janelle will put the rocks back. They're using a level here, Filipino level. They're working on getting all the columns the exact same height. So you can see this one's got to be taller. I got to sneak under your snap line here. You can see in the front of the property. Long time coming. This fence has been done for months, and it's real nice to see the rendering take shape. So the 7 panels are done. On this side, they still got to do the topper. So they got to put that cement topper, and they got to obviously hide all that rebar. So it's going to go up pretty high. So it's going to be right about there where the concrete will go, because it needs to be high enough so no animals, no dogs can sneak through there. Take a look at the weep holes. So those of you from first world countries maybe never seen a weep hole before, but basically you can see we put in wire mesh on both sides, and we have it at the point where if there is a tremendous amount of water from a typhoon, say, comes down this way, there's been examples, and I've seen it. I've actually seen it live up in Valencia, where a wall like this collapsed from the water pressure of a very heavy rain. Because it didn't have these weep holes. So you don't want animals to get in there, so you do put up wire mesh, but it's just a 3-inch pipe, goes all the way through, and then this is all going to have the large stone, so you're not going to see that. That's going to be covered with large stone, about this level, just enough to cover it. But yet it's there to allow any major water from inside the property to get out. And you can see we're doing it with every panel. Every panel is going to get one, just in case. And I don't foresee those even being used. I could be wrong. Maybe down this side, possibly, because all the water from up there will come this way and then come down the wall. as designed. So maybe this one here, they didn't render over here yet, or the one that we're going to put in here, possibly be used. But I said go ahead and put one in every panel just so we have it. You're never going to see it. It's going to be covered with rock. But things are definitely coming together. What do you think, boss?
Looking good.
Happy to see the fence starting to go in?
Yes, definitely. So we can start our active.
Yeah, it's good point. Good point. We've been waiting.
Patiently waiting for this.
Yeah, patiently waiting. Wilma has a lot of great ideas. As a matter of fact, we were just sitting in our favorite spot for a couple hours today, and she said, "Hey, can I start planting some stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we need a few more weeks because we want to get all this rendered, all completed, and then we'll get this backfill. Look, there's a lot of work there, but we want to get this all done correctly, nice slope, and then get all this nice black topsoil spread out. We want all that done before we start planting." And then she said, "Okay." Hey, quick story. We went to the same furniture store today where, remember, I got the foreigner price. I believe I got a price there of 7,500 pesos per stool. So I said, just for fun, because we had to run in Dumaguete this morning for just an hour, do a couple errands. I said, just stop in just for the hell of it, and I'll just stay out on the highway. You run in and ask, and those same stools were there, right?
The same one.
So tell the story.
I went in and asked for those exact same stool for 7,500, the price, the partner price. But then they gave it to me for 5,500, so it's like 2,000 less. So,
So there you heard it live. Greg got a price of 7,500. Wilma got a price of 5,500.
500.
So
it's still high to me.
yeah, it's still high. We're not going to do it. We're going to keep searching, but you could see that they raised the price on that particular item, 2,000 pesos, just because I'm a foreigner. So it happens, guys. Just something that you just have to realize that is just part of living here, or at least part of living in the Dumaguete area. I'm sure there's some areas of the Philippines where it doesn't happen, but it certainly happens here. So we're wrapping up the day. The guys probably got about 45 minutes left in the day. They're working on getting everything level to get the columns the exact same height. And we'll talk to you guys next week. All right, so here is the big moment that everyone's been waiting for. The first bit of water going into the pool. So what do you have to say?
Yay!
So how long is it going to take? I said 7 to 10 days. I gave a range. How long do you think it's going to take to fill up with our water pressure?
Maybe 10 or a little more.
Okay, so you're saying greater than 10?
Yeah.
All right, I'm saying less than 10. I'm going to say 7. So if you pick 10, that's good. You pick 10, I pick 7. I did ask everybody on an earlier clip to comment how long you think it's going to take. Because I heard from 24 hours to a month, I think I've gotten over the course of several comments. So I'm going to say 7 days. You say 10. We'll see what happens. But anything else you want to say, or you just want to put the water on?
I think I'm ready to put the water on.
All right, go for it. All right, guys, there you go.
Here we go.
You can see the water pressure. But Janelle will be bringing his line down later today, and that's going to run as well. So the first bit of water, the pool's all cleaned up, and we'll see how long it takes to fill. It's like watching paint dry. So you know what I'm going to be doing all weekend? Staring at the how much water's going in the pool.